And I would like to, call upon Piyush Modak ji, and uh, and let me introduce her. So Piyush Modak is is a vice president with a research and development team at a medical device firm in USA, where she has led key scientific and technological breakthroughs, and she holds 2 US patents. Piyush Modak ji is MS in biomedical engineering from New Jersey Institute of Technology, USA. So over to you, Piyush Modak ji.
Good morning. Can you guys hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you well. And good morning, and thank you for joining from the US.
So I'm really excited to be speaking at this event, and I would like to thank Anup and rest of the Nalanda team for putting together such a exquisite event and bringing together such a phenomenal group of women for this event. Um, so I was born and brought up in Mumbai. Back then it was called Bombay, and that's one of the reasons I'm going to be speaking in English. क्योंकि आपको तो पता है मुंबई वालों की हिंदी बहुत अच्छी नहीं होती. And I've been in New Jersey for 12 years. So I'll try to speak slow so we can all understand it. In a way. So as a child, I always liked science. I always liked playing around with computers. It was very logical for me, very analytical. I was always in school as a conceptual learner. I couldn't for the life of me memorize things as rote learning, which is typically what happens when you're in up until 12th grade. So that's why I was an average student, somewhere in the middle of the line. But this focus on trying to figure out how things are, or trying to learn things for why they exist, was very helpful to me in my future. And trying to actually understand the concepts behind why things exist. I went to English speaking school. My teachers were very, very strict. They pushed us beyond our limit that was possible. I did not like that as a kid because I just wanted to play. But as an adult, I think in hindsight, I really wouldn't be the person who I am if the teachers did not push us to be the best version of ourselves from a young age. And I'm very thankful for having that environment to excel and work hard and work through challenging things. One of the things that everybody in India, I guess, passes through is the dreaded 10th, the 12th, and the millions of competitive exams that we have to go through. I did as well. I like science, so I picked science. And I ended up pursuing engineering degree in IT, information technology, from VJTI, also in Mumbai. And I was pretty excited to get started, to be quite honest. However, I was lost. For the 4 years, it was as if I didn't belong there. I wasn't very good at the academic part of it. My grades were very low. But I really enjoyed the other aspects of your undergrad, especially in engineering schools, about building things for technical fests. So working with your hands. And I remember this one time, there was this one project that we built, which was a wireless robotic car. And you had to buy the electronic components, you had to solder it, you had to make sure that your car is fast. And just building that as a part of an engineering team, that aspect really excited me. Building things, building products. but I didn't really enjoy the academic part of it. At the end of third year engineering, as every engineering student, I was at a crossroads. Should I take management, go to IIM, do the CAT, do that whole thing? Should I pursue another technical degree? Or should I, work in a job? Coding didn't really excite me, so I really didn't want to work. And that was the same for doing management degree. I did not want to give another competitive exam. So I was looking for options. Something that caught my imagination was getting the master's in biomedical engineering. I was like, this looks like something that I might be good at. I wasn't 100% sure that this is what I wanted to do, but I took the leap anyway. I jumped. And, one of the things that experience taught me is that it's okay if you fail. Okay. It's okay if you don't know what you want to do at that age. You'll figure it out. You have to take risks. You have to do some trials and errors. And most people at that age actually don't know what they want. So it's okay. You have to take the risk, and once an opportunity presents itself, you just have to go for it. So that's how I ended up in US, in New Jersey, to pursue my master's in biomedical engineering. One of the questions that I get asked a lot is, wasn't it difficult switching from IT to biomedical engineering? And the short answer is not really. It wasn't. But even if it was, it wouldn't have mattered, right? I think one of the things that all of us ignore is this immense human potential of learning. There is almost infinite potential that you can learn anything, and you can learn any skills that you want to do. So, IT and biomedical engineering are just degrees. You can do whatever you want. These are just degrees. These are just tools to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. And you can learn almost anything. There is no age limit. There is no gender limit. And you can go on to become whoever or whatever you want to be. But I'll tell you one experience that was interesting in my master's. So until I reached here and started doing my master's, taking my graduate studies, I had never read a research scientific paper in my life. And that part was tricky because the scientific papers are written in their own scientific language. They're technically English, but they make it very difficult for you to understand if you don't understand the scientific terminology. So I had to Google every word. Literally, I had to take the paper, I had to Google every word to understand what it means. And that was a very interesting experience, but I didn't see it as a challenge. It was what needed to be done to get through things. And that's what we need to focus on when you're faced with a challenge. What is the option? If you're not going to do it, what is the option there? So eventually I finished my master's, I did my thesis, and my first patent was actually filed based on my master's thesis that I did here. Then at the end of my MS here, I was like, okay, I'm done with studying. I don't want to do a PhD. I want to actually work. And I was eager to work with my hands developing products again, because that's, that thing kept coming back to me, to work with hands to develop products that are going to change the way, humans interact, or change the way, or have an impact in the world. Everybody has a cell phone or a smartphone right now, which was not true almost a decade ago. And that something that was developed by engineers and scientists who said, okay, in the future, everybody's going to carry a brick, the cell phone, in their pockets. And that was a fascinating idea to me. And it was even more fascinating to build products in the healthcare sector, products that help, either diagnose or make the help in the, or hip implants for surgical applications, all of them. So that idea was exciting for me. And at that point in time, I was starting to look for jobs, trying to get real world experience. And one of the things that I focused on strategically was looking for jobs in a small startup company. And I did not want to work for a big conglomerate. It was a very strategic decision on my part. In a small company, you get to learn more, you get to try different things, you grow professionally really fast. I started as a lab engineer, a laboratory engineer. I was doing a lot of lab testing. And then I quickly grew from that role to manager, to director, to currently the VP of R&D. The product that my company and my team were developing is actually developing a new way of stopping bleeding during surgery. And it's very simple, really. It's two sugars, not like glucose, but something similar, that combine together to form like a gel that you can spray on a wound to stop bleeding during surgery. And I led the development of this technology. And I had to do a lot of scientific experiments related to mostly polymer chemistry, because that's what we're working with. My job also involves presenting, scientific information at scientific meets, managing other scientists so that we're successful in developing this product. During this time, my second patent was issued based on my years of work with polymer chemistry. In my mind, I had never imagined myself as an inventor. In my mind, it was always Einstein or Edison who had patents and inventions. And so, I just started working on things, and, it turned out to be a new invention, and it was. And I would like to actually share, if I can, one of my patents. Let me see. Utpala, is there a way I can share?
Yeah. You could click on share screen. Are you able to see that option?
Oh, yes. All right. Thank you. Okay, so this is, a United States patent. I am the lead inventor on this. And, this was an achievement that I had never even imagined that I was going to make. And just wanted to share that with you so you can imagine yourselves as being future inventors, I hope. So during this time, I also published 2 journal articles explaining the key scientific breakthroughs that I've led. And both of them were actually featured on the cover of international journals. So from not ever reading a research article to actually being the lead author on 2 of them was also something that I didn't envision, but I was able to accomplish. Okay, So here, this is the article that was published. I'm the lead author in that. And it was actually also featured on the cover of this journal. And, what you see on the cover is the molecule that my team and I created as a part of this, this company. So how did I get here? Very briefly in conclusion, like how did I go from IT to biomedical engineering to polymer chemistry? I certainly did not do this alone. I don't think that any accomplishment by any human can be achieved alone. I think, it's a team effort. There were people all along my entire journey to help me to achieve this. Certainly I would not be here without the hard work and unconditional support by both my parents. They worked hard, and I think they sacrificed a lot to give me every chance of being successful in my field. And being an Ambedkarite, education was always a top priority in my household. And it certainly has been a key driver in my success story. All along the way, I had teachers, I had mentors, I had peers, friends, family, all of them who helped me in my journey to be the person I am today. There is this thought that we have in thinking is like, I stand on the shoulders of giants, and that is certainly true. Even when you think about historically, I could not have been the person I am without the people who came before me or the people who supported me. And that's something that you have to kind of think about. A couple of things I would like to point out is, one is, I was very opportunistic. So if an opportunity comes my way, I think it's the right opportunity, I will jump on it. You sometimes have just the gut feeling that this is what I want to do. The second thing is, you don't have to restrict yourself to only one achievement or one goal in your life. You can have multiple achievements over your lifetime, and we are a holistic person. We are not defined by our degree. We're not defined by our accomplishments. And it is certainly okay to have multiple accomplishments throughout your life. Now, while working in my current job full-time, I also volunteered with the African American population in US. They're very similar to what conditions that we have with lower caste people here. They face discrimination. Education is not a big priority. So it was really fun to work with the kids. And I'm just gonna quickly show you a picture. So this is an old picture. Look a lot younger, obviously, but I worked with a lot of African American kids. Notice we're standing next to the bust of Charles Darwin, and this is definitely was inspirational for a lot of the kids that I worked with. Just like other people were a part of my journey, I am a part of other people's journey. So I also like to help other people achieve their goals. And that's how I look at when I'm thinking about volunteering or mentoring or any kind of social work that you want to think about. Now, closing moments, I hope that I've given you some insights about by sharing my journey. But this is just my individual journey. It is certainly not a guideline for success. Everyone has to chart their own journey for success. And I truly believe that every one of us not only deserves a chance to succeed, but has within them the ability to have a truly meaningful impact on humanity. You can choose what field you want to have that impact, but it's already within you, and you have to hone it and strike when the opportunity presents itself. Um, so, with the last thought I want to leave you with is, in the future, I look forward to seeing many of the Nalanda students become inventors with many, many patents to their names. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Piyush Modakji. Very, very fascinating journey, and very fascinating to look at your patents, uh, your innovations. So thank you so much for sharing your experiences. And very rightfully said that we are indebted to our parents and to people who have sacrificed their life before we came. So thank you so much for that.